If there's one thing I've learned over the last couple of weeks, Brevin, it's that summer league is too long because when you get down to it, summer league is, well, it's summer league. I tried so hard. I was in credit to the NBA for making it an event and seem bigger than it actually is, and ESPN doing the same thing. I was so excited. I wasn't that excited, but I was kind of excited for the Cooper Flag, Bronny James, big Dallas Lakers game, right?
Yeah.
And I turned that game on, and 5 minutes in, I was like, this is terrible. I'm watching Cooper Flag make these amazing passes to just dudes who are now trying to make these shots. And then I was like, what am I watching? It's generally not good basketball. You generally have one or two really good players on the floor and then just everybody else. And I don't know. I got excited for it to start, but now I'm like, all right, I'm ready for it to wrap up.
Well, the problem about it is you've been spoiled. And that's what I say is because when you've been around the NBA, as long as we have been around the NBA, and you know that 75% of the guys that are playing in the summer league, you may not talk about for any time or anytime soon coming up. And so it doesn't have the same lure as what a regular basketball season has. And so, but you think about this though, for all of these fans of these guys that played in college, who are the ones who are the most excited because they get to now cheer for their guy who is on the cusp of making it to the next level. And so, yes,
right.
We are the old Grizzle guys who's like, well, we already know that majority of y'all ain't making it. We just waiting to see how these guys really play with real NBA guys. And that's who we are. We're those guys. But for everybody else, every year there's a new crop, and there's guys who have been there a couple of times who people have not seen because maybe they've been overseas or they've been in the G League. So now they get a chance to see them at this big spectacle that the Summer League has become. And you said it right. Congratulations to the NBA, ESPN, all of their partners for making this NBA game become now a year-round game.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And it's amazing because even in the games in Salt Lake City, and I was doing the show on Grind City Media, where you can also catch my other podcast, The Odds Couple.
$9.
I was doing the pregame show for the game and in Salt Lake City. And just when you finish Salt Lake City, you just felt Vegas. It's bigger. It means more. And the lights are shining, and I can't wait for Vegas to start. And it's like, why can't I wait for Vegas to start? What am I doing?
Because you can't wait for Vegas because all of the teams are there. It's just once you get about 2-3 days of them playing all of the days, and then you catch some of it, then it's like, all right, I'm good. But I am happy that the league has visibility for as long as they do.
That's right. Welcome, everyone, to Night Court. We are back. We missed last week. Schedules just didn't work last week for us to do a show, but we are back.
Fish was too busy. I
was too busy.
Promoting this other podcast and doing Grind City Media stuff.
That's right. I had other commitments. But we are back this week, and we thank you always for tuning in to the podcast. And you can also watch the podcast each and every week at the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. And make sure you tune into that to watch us each and every week. And you can also catch us on Twitter at The Fish Nation and at Brevin Knight 22. I'm getting a phone call. Sorry.
Such the professionalism on this show, I'm telling you, top notch. And not only does he answer the phone, then he also blacks out the screen for a second. I mean, this is.
I didn't know what happened. My bad.
In our production meeting with Kenny Stubblefield, yeah. we didn't know we had to talk about making sure that our phones were on vibrate or silent.
Well, last week or 2 weeks ago when we did our last show, listening to the show, I realized how much my dog barked during that show. Holy hell.
Yeah. Storm had it going.
My dog never shut up during the show. but it's fine. Put him in the car, rolled up the windows. He's good for the next half hour. So we're fine.
Put him in the car, roll up the window. I'm trying to tell you this much. Let one of those people from Peter get a hold of that, and somebody not let them see the whole part of it where like laugh. I'm just joking and stop it right there.
Hey, Summerfield, don't cut off that part.
Yeah, they're gonna be outside picketing, boy, in front of your doggone house.
Yeah, no, I didn't do that.
By 2 days.
My dog's with the family, so everything's good. But this week, last week was the dog bark, and this week it could be thunder rolling, I guess. Thunder rolling. Yeah,
you got storms.
We got a storm coming. I mean, no, it's no rain. It's really light out. It's not dark, but the thunder is just rolling. And we just got a thing on the TV that said, we got a flash flood warning, all this stuff. So see what happens.
Good luck there. Good luck.
Yeah, hopefully there's not a lot of thunder during the show. All right, couple of Grizzlies notes. One, we haven't talked yet about Jay Huff being moved to Indiana, to the Indiana Pacers. Like Jay Huff, I enjoyed having Jay Huff around. Jay Huff had some great moments as a Memphis Grizzly as well. Some really big moments, especially early in the season for the Grizzlies. And this is a nice opportunity for him, real good opportunity for him.
I thought Jay, what he did with the Grizzlies was made himself attractive to other teams because it wasn't just the three-point shooting. It was the dunks at the rim. It was the blocks on the defensive end. It was the hustle plays. It was all of the utility things that you can get from Jay Huff. So I thought he was very exciting for us. We'll miss being able to say a Huff snuff and a Huff stuff and all of the other things that we were able to have fun with Jay Huff. And so, but a credit to him that there are others out there that for them thought that he could help them continue to round out their team. And there for Indiana, they lose Miles Turner, and so they understand that they're not going to have Halliburton for the entire season. And so this just gives them a year to kind of evaluate some other guys as they go through the season.
Yeah, and then the Grizzlies signed Jock Landale from the Houston Rockets. Big, different style of big than Jay Huff.
Yeah, we're not going to be expecting him to pick and pop and shoot many threes. He's going to be a little bit more of a bruiser, a guy that's been in the league for some time. But with Coach T.I.'s offensive system, which is multiple screen and rolls, what the thing that he does a good job of is he likes to put a body on a body. And so for him setting screens, getting guys open, rolling to the basket, gives you a rebounder, knows when to take a foul. I think he's a serviceable big, and that's what the Grizzlies are going to need from him. They're going to need for him to be his role is going to be, of course, expanded to begin the season because of no Zach Edey. But still, even as the season goes along, he's going to have to be a very big option and a different option than what Brandon Clark brings to the 5 position when he's in the game.
Ryan Saunders named the lead assistant. I don't know how much you know Ryan Saunders. Flip's son was the head coach in Minnesota for a while.
Yep.
He's been on the staff at Denver, the team that won the championship as well. And the Grizzlies bring him in. I'm always a fan of getting guys who have head coaching experience.
Well, yeah, and for him, head coaching experience at a young age.
Yeah.
And so for our coach, it's a very similar situation. So he understands being young, first opportunity to be a head coach. Some of the pitfalls and some of the scenarios and situations that he went through, he'll be able to talk through with Coach T.I. And so I think it's a good pickup for coach and for the staff. He's been around. He's been in enough situations. We all know, of course, being the son of Flip Saunders, he's seen basketball and talked and heard basketball at the highest level. And I think a lot of times just being in that position and being in a room gives you some other insights that the other coaches may not have. And so I think it'll be a positive and definitely a nice addition to the staff.
All right, let me ask you about summer league. There are really only 5 guys that really matter as far as the
Come
Grizzlies are
on, Fish.
concerned.
They all matter. They all matter.
Well, these games matter to all of those guys to be looked by someone else, but it's not going to be the Memphis Grizzlies. So I'll ask you about the 5 guys. All right, how's Tyler Burton? What do you think? Tyler Burton, pretty good.
Yeah, I think if he gets enough time with a basketball team, that he can have an opportunity, but he's going to have to continue to work on all of the finer points of his games to give him that chance.
That's a good answer that you could give for the other 12 guys on the team. Now, let me ask you about the 5 that matter. Jalen Wells, I thought we saw enough from Jalen Wells in night 1. The big thing with Jalen Wells has been that he hasn't really shot the ball very well.
Yeah, but I'm not worried about it. For me, the big thing was the level of comfort that he had being out there playing, going for steals, diving for the basketball, no hesitancy with his game, and there wasn't any. And to see him physically look like he put on a little bit of weight to get a little bit stronger at the position. So I don't, like I said, I said it, I'm gonna keep saying he's like our Shane Battier. Like he's gonna be a constant. Like I expect for him to play the role that he's gonna play to help us win games no matter what. And so just to see him out there, still giving it his all, going fighting through screens, that was good enough for me.
Yeah. Gigi.
Gigi, I keep saying it. To me, he's the 3rd most talented player on his team, and so it's a situation where he'll have an opportunity. It's just a matter of consistently can he do it on both ends. And I thought that he's done a good job attacking, not settling, not taking bad shots, being a playmaker, being aggressive on the defensive side, like position wise, but also doing a good job of moving his feet when he needs to. It's been positive. It's just that's just going to have to translate to whatever that role is going to be. It's not going to be. I don't think I have to worry so much of a skill thing for Gigi. It's going to be the mental side of it early on that allows his skills to flourish.
Isn't he the type of guy that you just believe with his athleticism, with his length, that if there's effort there, he'd be fine, good enough defensively.
Yeah, and the thing is, he's shown that effort, and this summer, and where he could have gone out there and been like, well, this is my 3rd year. I've already been here and done that, and I've dominated and played well. So I already know but he hasn't done that. So this was the physical side was going to take care of itself. This was going to be how good mentally was he going to be coming back.
Yeah, and I think the one thing that I noticed, at least in early preseason games, was he looked like he was having fun. And Gigi, when he was at his best, had a smile on his face. And last year, you didn't see it a lot. And and I think he looked like he was playing and having fun playing. And I think that's a big deal for him, too. That's part of what you're saying on that mental part for Gigi.
Yeah, and that goes for just about everybody. It's the old saying: you look good, feel good, you play good, and so that it still stands true to this day.
Yeah. All right. Then we got Cam Spencer.
Yeah, I thought Cam has just done a good job shooting the ball, getting to his spots. He's placed a major emphasis on the defensive side of. He understands that. Athletically, I may be a step slow, so position is where I had to be really good to go along with the effort. And then on the offensive side, not just being a 3-point shooter. I always say that you don't want to pigeonhole yourself or put yourself in a box where they say that this is all you do, because as soon as you're not doing it, then they're going to act. Then your worth is not there. And so it's been good to see him at least try to incorporate a little bit of shooting off the dribble, playing downhill still, making plays for others. And so I think it's been a good summer A good summer for him. He looks. We like to say you like to look a year older or better than the rookies and guys that are coming in. And he's looked that way.
When you learned about Jemai Mashek, you heard that he was just relentless defensively, and he certainly fits that bill.
Oh, shucks. Boy, he's one. You know, the way that people talked about Jalen Wells last year is just like, yo, get off, man, elbow and put. That's how he is playing at this point, and he is also relentless in terms of attacking on the offensive side, but he doesn't force the issue, which is nice to see. And so I hadn't seen him play a lot until watching these preseason games, and it's one of those. It's one of those situations where you're intrigued on what that will look like once they get into training camp and what it looks like next to our regular players.
Yeah, and NBA players, yeah, guys who are in the league in the preseason will be interesting to watch. And then Javon Small, we haven't seen a lot of him because of injury, but he bookended here in the summer league, and I think what I saw of him was pretty good. He looked good out there.
He looks like he's in control of the position. Is what you like. You know, he's nice size, physical. He looks with his demeanor, doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low, and that's what you want to see. And so it's been enjoyable for another player who I hadn't seen a lot of in college, and now getting an opportunity to see. And so I think they've done a very good job in finding players who may, if you need to, be able to help, but their development continue to keep this team in a position to be good as time goes on.
Yeah. All right. Other NBA news: Damian Lillard finalizing a 3-year, $42 million contract to return to the Portland Trailblazers. It will include a player option in 27-28 and a no-trade clause. I don't know. Everybody's kind of making it an emotional deal. He's going back to Portland, and they're going to take care of him and rehab him. And when he comes back, he'll be a Blazer again, back where he belongs.
Yeah, back where he needs to finish his career. I mean, at the end of the day, I think for Damian Lillard, he didn't want to be one of those guys who was a one-year rental for multiple teams, and that was how he finished his career after the type that he had, especially with the longevity of being with the Blazers for that long, going to the Bucks, trying something different. It was the first time in his career he really chased a championship opportunity by going to Milwaukee. He had turned it down for all of those seasons before to stay in Portland. And so I think this is just it's Portland's way of saying, come back, we want you to finish. But I think it's also him realizing that I don't want to be a rental player anywhere else. And if that's how it's going to be, then at least I want it to be for those amount of years, and I want to do it back home, which at the end of the day, Portland will always be for where he's known.
Yeah, it'll be cool when he returns and gets on that floor for the first time for the Blazers. Philadelphia 76ers star Paul George underwent a successful arthroscopic procedure on his left knee to treat an injury suffered during a recent workout. He'll now begin a rehab program and be reevaluated prior to the start of training camp. Playoff P also on his podcast said he could have never gone to Charlotte because of the culture there. They're not a winning culture, and I can't go somewhere that's not a winning culture. I'd be dead if I went to Charlotte. It would be the end of my career if I went to Charlotte.
I mean, the thing is, the end is already here. And so it is. It wouldn't have gotten any nearer, in Charlotte. And I mean, and a lot of it is just the injuries have really affected his career. They've affected his body to the point where he's not the Paul George of old. And so his success will always be predicated on how good the other star players on the team are. It's no longer in his hands.
No, and I don't remember him going to a team where it felt like it really brought a winning culture. I mean, if he's talking about winning cultures, I don't I don't remember that. And a lot of it does have to do with injuries for Paul George, but that's been part of it for him. And I mean, my goodness, Philadelphia, what are you going to go through this year? What do we think they're going to go through this year?
I mean, I don't know how. I don't really. Number one, I don't see the winning culture from Philadelphia. That would be such the difference from the Charlotte culture. Number one, Philadelphia. I mean, they've hitched their horse to Joel Embiid. I mean, look, Tyrese Maxey has done a good job of continuing to get better. I don't think Maxey is good enough to just put a team on their back and be the new Allen Iverson. I mean, I don't think that he's good enough to do that. And so it's still going to take Joel Embiid being somewhat of himself for this team to win. I mean, that's still just the reality. As long as he's there, it's going to come down to how many games can he play. The same way it comes down to for the Grizzlies with Ja Morant's games. How many games do they play is highly influential on what the outcome of games will be for their teams.
Yeah. Bradley Beal bought out by the Suns, signed with the Clippers for 2 years, $11 million with a player option in year 2. Many believe this is the move that puts the Clippers over the top in the Western Conference. My question would be, what makes you believe that?
No, this right here is for all of us old heads at Teron Lou, like, nah, man. They talking about this a young man's game. We about to put together these old heads, bro, that's been around the game for a while, that know how to play, and we gonna go out here and we about to show these young dudes. Give us a couple of you need some good young dudes though, because we can't do it for 82 games and the playoffs. So get some young guys, but Chris Paul is next.
Yes,
they'll get Chris Paul gonna be next. So I'm trying to tell you, this right here is throwback basketball versus today's basketball is what we're about to see. And I'm here for it. Chris Paul. I want to see it, baby.
What's Bradley Beal, though?
Show them youngsters, man, how basketball is played. Get out there and show what it takes to be a champion. The Oklahoma City Thunder, that was just a special team, special situation, a lot of injuries that enabled teams and players to be where they were. And so, yeah, but if the old heads stay healthy, they will be there in the end.
The question you just asked, you're asking Chris Paul, James Harden, and
Kawhi Leonard.
No, we're not counting Kawhi.
Okay.
You're asking
okay.
Harden, Paul, Bradley Beal to show them what being a champion is all about? What do those three know about being a champion?
The hunger for one.
Oh,
and so what I'm saying, they're going to show the youngster how to play I didn't say how to win championships. I said how to play basketball. That will then give them the chance of being there in the end. I didn't say nothing about how to win a championship.
I'm gonna have to rewind the tape. I believe you said show them what it takes to win a championship. And my question is, what the hell do they know about winning championships?
Because they've been closer. They played against enough teams that won championships.
It's a franchise that's never been to the Western Conference Final ever.
But they played against the teams that got there. So they saw it on film. They saw it in person. They're like, we can impersonate that. And if they can impersonate that because they've seen enough of it, they'll be there pushing. But they got to be healthy. Like I don't want this to be? I don't want this to be that old Lakers experiment when they got like Gary Payton, Karl Malone. When they try to put them with Shaq and Kobe. Remember they got all those old dudes, and they were like, it was like their dream team. This is like the new version of that with the players and the names that they're able to put together. I'm not saying in terms of the win, just the names, but names of guys who are on the back ends of their careers. And I got to tell you, I'm here for it. Let's go, old dudes. Get out there and show them how to play the game.
Devin Booker got 2 years, $145 million extension, $72.5 million per year, which is more than the Miami Marlins payroll this year. How about that?
Yeah, I don't know what to say except congratulations. I mean, this is you.
What direction are they going in? I mean,
I don't know. I mean, they get Dylan, and they get Jalen Green in the trade. I'll have to look up their roster. I don't know. I don't know what Phoenix is doing, man. I don't.
Yeah.
I think for Phoenix it's a rebuild situation with a star who is still in somewhat of his prime, but you're still kind of rebuilding.
How much interaction did you have with Frank Layden in your short time in Utah? Any?
Brief talks, and it's another one of those situations. You meet some people, and you're just happy that they know who you are,
right?
And that's kind of how it was with Frank Layden. Like I was just happy they knew who I was, and so they wouldn't be long interactions. It would be quick and move on. And the thing that I remember most about him will always be those the jackets that he wore when he was head coach, but it was the running commentary that he would have as a head coach with everybody, officials, the players, coaching, fans, and he was able to still have a level of success, but he always brought a level of what it looked like, a level of fun to the job. And so I thought that was a special gift to be able to still coach, get things across to guys, have them play hard, but still have such a humorous spirit about yourself.
Yeah, one of the great characters in the NBA for a long, long time. Frank Layden passed away this week. Our WNBA, a note of the week, Angel Reese in the month of July, 19 points a game, 13 rebounds a game, 56% from the field. Wow. How about that?
I told you stop messing around with that girl. The last time we talked about this, I told you.
Said anything bad about it.
I told you that she can play. I keep trying to say she may miss layups every now and then, but she has a knack for the basketball.
She's good. She's really good.
That Dennis Rod is very Dennis Rodman-esque. Yeah. The way that she always knows how to find the ball.
Did you watch all of the All-Star game and Home Run Derby, or just a little bit?
I watched all of none of it.
Oh, none of it? It was a great night for baseball, Brevin. You missed a great night for baseball. It was exciting All-Star game, and then they had the swing off at the end because it was tied. So they did a little Homer Derby.
I saw that because it was the highlight.
Yeah. So
but I didn't see any of the game, but I thought that was a pretty cool concept, and even the way that ended was was cool.
It was dramatic. It was fun.
Hitting all three. Yeah. No, I thought that was good. It was good for base. It was probably one of the more entertaining All-Star games that has gone on. I guess next to hockey, which wasn't a game, it was a full tournament.
Yeah.
I thought baseball did a good job.
And it was great. They had players mic'd up during the game, and they were talking to the broadcasters. One of the guys, it was him mic'd up, the shortstop for the Athletics. He was mic'd up, and his dad was in the crowd who played in big leagues as well, and he was mic'd up, and they were talking to each other like during the inning while he's in the field. Clayton Kershaw. Kershaw was mic'd up pitching, and at one point in the middle of his windup asked John Smoltz what he should throw while he was like winding up. He was asking, what should I throw? And I was like, that is fascinating stuff. it was really cool. It was a great production. They did a tribute to Hank Aaron, which was awesome. It was a great night for baseball. Great couple days for baseball. The home run derby was cool as well. The Open Championship this week, Brevin. Who the round one is in the books. Who do you think is going to hold the claret jug on Sunday?
I think it'll be an international player. I don't know which one of them. I tend to never like. So the one person I think, and it's just he is always Matthew Fitzpatrick. Like he's one of those guys that he's always around, always gives himself a chance. Just a matter can he finish in the end? And on the American side, it's just you expect Scotty Scheffler to really put together golf in these moments. And so those would be my two that I would say would be my favorites.
All right. I think those are two good ones. Bro. I
have to watch the replay tonight after the Grizzlies game goes off because I was golfing today. I missed it.
Yeah. Well, all right. It's the first round. Can't win the round on Thursday. Can't win the golf tournament on Thursday.
And a lot of times that you never win.
Yeah. All right. How about a couple of toasts and shout outs?
Yes. You got one?
I got one. Former Memphis Tiger David Jones, who is now David Jones Garcia. He's playing for the Spurs at Summer League. In 6 games, he's averaging 23.5 points and has scored at least 18 each time out. How about that? How about making your name for yourself, David Jones?
Hold on.
Garcia.
Listen, I've been watching him just get buckets. I mean, it's been we know that Dylan Harper was the number 2 pick, and he's the guy that's going to be playing. Mm-hmm. But Jones Garcia has made everybody tune in.
Yeah.
So hold on. Shout out
to the Jones Garcia. Mm-hmm.
All right, I got one.
All right,
I'm gonna say the name wrong, but I want to give a shout out to the Red Lobster CEO, the Mola Adamolican.
Oh,
went to Red Lobster. Red Lobster was absolutely in the toilet. Nobody was going anymore. We went last night, and boy, was it good. The guy had a boil, had these it was a take on a almost like a wonton shrimp type situation, I think, something like that. And it was, when I tell you it was fantastic. The crab, they had these special crab legs that they have. So he turned around PM Chang's, and now he's doing a great job. Young brother turning around Red Lobster.
I'm very happy with that because I'm a big Red Lobster fan.
Boy, that had been the Red Lobster since Donovan was little. So it's the only place he wanted to go whenever something good would happen. He was like, "We're going to Red Lobster," and so I hadn't been in a long time, but it was terrific. Listen, when you got Blake Griffin doing commercials, the food, something better be good because you spend a lot of money on your advertising.
Yeah, no kidding, and he's great because he's funny.
He does do a good job too. You know what? And I can't believe you're giving Blake Griffin credit.
I know.
That definitely
I
means
like
something.
Blake now that he's done playing. I like Blake. I never liked Blake, but now I like Blake.
Never.
Now that I know what he's like, he's a cool guy. All right, that's gonna do it. That's gonna do it for us, BK. Great to be back. Right. Great to see you,
I missed last week. I'm glad. Thanks for making time to deal with the little people.
Next week, I'm gonna come your way from the beach. I'm gonna come your way from the beach next week.
What's next week? What's the date?
I leave. I don't know.
Yes. Well, I'm on location right now in Moline, Illinois.
Nice. Quad Cities. Shout out
Quad Cities. Shout out Quad Cities. You know what? It just makes me feel like I'm back at home in Memphis because we're staying right here by the Mississippi River.
Yeah. Fantastic. Good. Well, you have a good trip, man. And and I'll chat with you next week.
We'll talk next week.
All right. For BK, I'm Fish. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll do it again next week here on Night Court.
Peace.
Thank you for listening to the Night Court Podcast. If you enjoyed Rob and Brevin, hit that like button, subscribe to the Bluff City Media YouTube channel, and enjoy the content. We will see you back here next time.